nor does he create the fruits of action. All this is enacted by the modes of material nature. So, everything done by modes of material nature. So, we are, I think we also read 15 also. Nor does the Supreme Lord assume anyone's sinful or pious activities. Embodied being, however, are bewildered because of the ignorance which covers their real knowledge. So we are reading from 16 to 2. ज्ञानेन तु तद्ज्ञानं जिशाम नाशितम् आत्मना तेषाम् आदित्यवत् ज्ञानं प्रकाशित तत्त्वम्. Jnanenu, jnana by knowledge, too, but tat that, or jnanam, naissance, jesham, whose, nashitam is destroyed, atmana, of the living entity, tesham, they are, adityavat jnanam, adityavat jnanam, like the rising sun, jnanam, knowledge. Knowledge is compared with sun. Prakashayati, disclose, tat param, Krishna consciousness. When, however, one is enlightened with the knowledge by his naissance is destroyed, then his knowledge reveals everything, as the sun lights up everything in daytime. Very common example. Light is compared with knowledge. What is the benefit of light? Through light, when light is come, knowledge. Opposite, darkness, ignorance. In darkness, there is fear. In darkness, there is desire of sinful activities. Light is opposite. Light is knowledge. Light is no fear. In light, there are no sinful desire. Krishna consciousness is compared here with that type of light. Compared with Adityavat, rising sun. When, however, one is enlightened with knowledge, by which naissance is destroyed, then his knowledge reveals everything. Prakashayati, as the sun lights up everything in the daytime. Those who have forgotten Krishna must certainly be bewildered, but those who are in Krishna consciousness are not bewildered at all. It is started in the Bhagavad Gita. It is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Sarvam Jnanam Plavena Genino Jnanagni Sarva Karmani and Nahi Jnanano Sadrisham. In Bhagavad Gita, different places. Sarvam Jnanam Plavena. Jnana Plavana. Plavo means boat. Jnana is compared like a boat. When one crosses the ocean by boat, ignorance can cross like a boat. Here, Jnana is compared with Plavo. Jnana, Plavo means boat. Then, Jnanagni Dharma Karmani. Jnanagni compared with fire. Fire destroys. Nahi Jnanana Sadrishya. Nothing can be compared with knowledge. Knowledge is always highly esteemed. And what is that knowledge? Perfect knowledge is achieved when one surrenders unto Krishna, as is said in the 7th chapter, 19th verse. Bahunam janmana mante jnanavan mam prabhata. Vasudevam sarvamiti samahatma sudhirla. Jnanavan prabodhate, Jnanavan. Jnanavan prabodhate. Only Jnani can surrender. And that Geni Bahunam Janmanam. After passing through many, many births, when one perfect in knowledge surrenders unto Krishna, or when one attains Krishna consciousness, then everything is revealed to him as everything is revealed by the sun in the daytime. The living entity is bewildered in so many ways. For instance, when he unceremoniously thinks himself God, he actually falls into the last snare of naissance. What is the last snare of naissance? Anybody? Please hand. What is last snare? Naissance.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. I think
Yeah.
fear Maharaj. Fear.
No. Last snare. What is snare? Snare means?
Illusion.
Okay.
Last.
What is the last snare of mind?
Death.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, is it Mayavad philosophy?
Yes, Mayavad philosophy. The last snare of Maya to think, yes, I am God. Maya will try to test you. Then when Maya feels no, he is really serious, then Maya will give last exam. Okay, you are impersonal Brahma, one day you will become God. And if you can pass that exam, then you are devotee. If you, after Geni, when Geni thinks, oh, one day I will become God, there is last sinner. But if you can pass that exam, no, I am not God. I am servant God. That means you have passed. Maya ka last pariksha, last sinner of, actually falls into the last sinner of naissance. If a living entity is God, then how he can become bewildered by naissance? Does God become bewildered by naissance? If so, the naissance or Shaitan is greater than God. Real knowledge can be obtained from a person who is in perfect Krishna consciousness. Therefore, one who has to seek out such a bona fide spiritual master and under him learn what Krishna consciousness is. For Krishna consciousness will certainly drive away all nations as the sun drives away darkness. Even though a person may be in full knowledge that he is not his body, but is transcendental to the body, he still may not be able to discriminate between the soul and the supersoul. However, he can know everything well if he cares to take shelter of the perfect, bona fide, Krishna conscious spiritual master. Knowledge about soul, gaining. But we are not this body, we are soul. But with soul, there is super soul also. That knowledge is more higher. I am not this body, I am super soul, I am soul. That is Guru Yoga. But in my body, there is super soul also. That knowledge is Gujya Taroga. And as I am soul, I have to serve super soul. There is Gujya Tamagan. Maybe discriminate body and soul, but he still may not be able to discriminate soul and super soul. However, he can know everything well if he cares to take care of the perfect bona fide Krishna conscious spiritual master. One can know God and one's relationship with God only when one actually meets a representative of God. A representative of God never claimed that he is God. Although he is paid all the respect ordinarily paid to God because he has knowledge of God. One has to learn the distinction between God and the living entity. Lord Sri Krishna therefore stated in the second chapter that every living being is individual and that the Lord also is individual. They are all individual in the past, they are individuals at present, and they will continue to be individuals in the future, even after liberation. At night, we see everything as one in the darkness. But in daytime, when the sun is up, we see everything in its real identity. Very powerful example. At night time, we see everything as one in darkness. Due to ignorance, we may see everything in matter. No soul, no super soul. But when sunshine comes, we can see everything in reality. Identify. Identity with individuality in spiritual life is real knowledge. Text 17. Tad buddhastadatmanas anishtastat parayana gachanti apunravrittim jnanonirdhita kalmashaha. Tat buddha. Real meaning of thought actually that. Thought means thought, that means that thing. But here that means that super soul. You know, Om Tat Sat. Tat means that supreme. The Tat Buddha means those whose intelligence is always in the supreme. Tat Atmana, those whose minds are always in the supreme. Tat Nishtha, those whose faith is only meant for the supreme. Tat Parayana, who have completely taken shelter of the supreme. Tad Buddha, Tad Atmana, Tad Nishtha, Tad Parayana. What will happen to him? Gachanti, he'll go. Apunah Abritam. Apunah Abritam. Liberation. Abriti means cycle. Apuna means no again. Apuna Abriti means no abriti. That means liberation. How? By knowledge. Nirdhuta, cleansed. Kalmasha, misgivings. Kalmash. When one's intelligence, mind, faith, and refuse are all fixed in the Supreme, then one becomes fully cleansed of misgivings through complete knowledge and thus proceeds straight on the path of liberation. The supreme transcendental truth is Lord Krishna. The whole Bhagavad Gita centers around the declaration that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. That is the version of all Vedic literature. Paradatta means the supreme reality, who is understood by the knowers of the supreme as Brahma, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Bhagavan, or the supreme personality of Godhead, is the last word in the absolute truth. Sarva Karano Karanam, the last one. There is nothing more than that. The Lord says, Matta Paratara Nanyat. Kinchit asti dhanam. Kinchit, little also. Impersonal Brahma is also supported by Krishna. Brahma nahi pratishtaham. Impersonal Brahmajidi rests on me, the effulgence of my body. Therefore, in all ways, Krishna is the supreme reality. One whose mind, intelligence, faith, and refuse are always in Krishna, or in other words, one who is fully in Krishna consciousness is undoubtedly washed, clean of all misgivings, and is in perfect knowledge in everything concerning transcendence. A Krishna conscious person can thoroughly understand that there is duality, simultaneous identity, and individuality in Krishna. And equipped with such transcendental knowledge, one can make steady progress on the path of liberation. Now is given the importance of light of knowledge. And when that light of knowledge, how is see? Those who have that knowledge, they are called Pandit. And what is the vision? Vidya Vina Sampanne Brahmane. Vidya Vina Sampanne Brahmane ko bhasti. Shuni chaiva sapagacha Pandita Samadarshya. Vidya with education, Binoy, and gentleness, Sampanne, fully equipped. Brahman. In the Brahman, Gavi in the cow, Hastini in the elephant, Shoni in the dog, Chaw and Eva certainly, Shapake in the dog, or dog in the dog eater. Shapak means in the dog eater. Means the outcast. Respectively. Pandita Samadarshina. Pandita, those who are wise, Samadarshinaha, who see with equal vision. The humble sages, by virtue of pure knowledge, see with equal vision in learned and gentle Brahman, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog eater, outcast. A Krishna conscious person does not make any distinction between species or castes. The Brahman and the outcast may be different from the social point of view, or a dog, a cow, and an elephant may be different from the point of view of species, but these differences of body are meaningless from the viewpoint of a learned transcendentalist. This is due to their relationship to the Supreme, for the Supreme Lord, by his plenary portion of as Paramatma, is present in everyone's heart. Such an understanding of the Supreme is real knowledge. As far as the bodies are concerned in different castes or different species of life, the Lord is equally kind to everyone because he treats every living being as a friend, yet maintains himself as Paramatma. Regardless So, internet is gone. The bodies are material products. These bodies are material productions of different modes of materialism. But the soul and the super soul within the body are of the same spiritual quality. The similarity in the quality of the soul and super soul, however, does not make them equal in quantity. For the individual soul is present only in that particular body, whereas the Paramatma is present in each and every body. A Krishna conscious person has full knowledge of this, and therefore he is truly learned and has equal vision. The similar characteristics of the soul and super soul are that they are both conscious, eternal, and blissful. But the difference is that the individual soul is conscious within the limited jurisdiction of the body, whereas the super soul is conscious of all bodies. The super soul is present in all bodies without distinction. Verse 19. Ihaiva toir jita sargo jisham shamme sthitam nirdoshahi shamam brahma tasmat brahmani te sthitaha. Iha, in this life, eva, certainly, tat, by them, jita, conquered, sargo, birth and death, jesham, whose, shamme, in equanimity, sthita, situated, manaha, mind, nirdosham, flawless, is certainly, shamam, in equanimity, Brahma, like the Supreme, Tashma, therefore, Brahmani, in the Supreme, they, sthita, are situated. Those whose minds are established in sameness and equanimity have already conquered the conditions of birth and death. They are flawless like Brahman. Thus, they are already situated in Brahman. Equanimity of mind, as mentioned above, is a sign of self-realization. Those who have actually attained to such a stage should be considered to have conquered material conditions, specifically birth and death. As long as one identifies with his body, he is considered a conditioned soul. But as soon as he is elevated to the stage of equanimity, through realization of self, he is liberated from conditional life. In other words, he is no longer subject to take birth in the material world, but can enter into the spiritual sky after his death. The Lord is flawless because he is without attraction or hatred. Similarly, when a living entity is without attraction or hatred, he also becomes flawless and eligible to enter into the spiritual sky. Such persons are to be considered already liberated, and their symptoms are described below. The symptoms of liberated person's symptoms. Next verse. What is symptom of liberated person? No purhishet priyam prappa, no udvijet prappa cha priyam, sthira buddhir asangmuro, brahmavid brahmani sthita. No, never. Prohishet, harsha. Harsha means joy. Prahirshyat means rejoice. Priyam, the pleasant, prapo, achievement. One should not be joyful when he achieves the pleasant thing. No, does not. Udvijit becomes agitated. Prapo obtained also, apriyam, the unpleasant. One will not be agitated when he gets some unpleasant thing. That means his intelligence is steady, sthira buddhi, self-intelligent. Asham muro. Muro means rascal, fool. Asham muro means unbuilder. Muro means rascal. Shammuro, completely rascal. Ashammuro, not rascal. That means he's unbuilder. Brahmavid, one who knows the Supreme perfectly. Bit means knower, knows. Knower of the Brahma is called Brahmavid. Knower of the Brahmavid means, what is Brahma? Knowing Brahma means Brahma is the effulgence of the Lord. There is complete knowledge of Brahma. Knowing Brahma all in all, that is not knowledge complete. Knowing Brahma as the effulgence of Supreme Lord, that is complete knowledge. Brahmani in the transcendence, sthita, situated. A person who neither rejoices upon achieving something pleasant, nor laments upon obtaining something unpleasant, who is self-intelligent, who is unbewildered, and who knows the science of God, is already situated in transcendence. The symptoms of the self-realized person are given here. The first symptom is that he is not illusioned by the false identification of the body with his true self. He knows perfectly well that he is not this body, but is the fragmental portion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is therefore not joyful in achieving something, nor does he lament in losing anything which is related to his body. This steadiness of mind is called sthira or self-intelligence. He is therefore never bewildered by mistaking the gross body for the soul, nor does he accept the body as permanent and disregard the existence of the soul. This knowledge elevates him to the situation, to the station of knowing the complete science of the Absolute Truth, namely Brahma, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. He thus knows his constitutional position perfectly well, without falsely trying to become one with the Supreme in all respects. This is called Brahma realization or self-realization. Such steady consciousness is called Krishna consciousness. So we are seeing in Bhagavad Gita, every place is filled with devotion. How the rascal they interpret Bhagavad Gita as impersonal. But it is a mercy of Srila Prabhupada. The Prabhupada, the way he explains every part, every single line, every single word is meant for devotion. There is nothing but devotion in Bhagavad Gita. Now you can see, after coming in Krishna consciousness, when you read Bhagavad Gita, We become astonished. How people explain Bhagavad Gita as impersonal, Lord as impersonal. Everywhere is expressed so nicely. Krishna is personal. Krishna is a person. His personal form. And every place Krishna is telling that. And how much he has condemned this impersonal conception. He said, yes, there is partial knowledge, but also troublesome. Complete knowledge is knowing Krishna as it is. Knowing Brahma, Paramatma, Bhagavan completely. And what is Brahma, what is Paramatma, what is Bhagavan? Know completely. What is material world? What is soul? What is the interrelationship? That is complete knowledge. Guyoga. Gaurangi Devi the share this time.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj Ji, Tanvatnam. Guru Maharaj Ji, I have a question not regarding this class, but yesterday, day before yesterday, I think, we are discussing about Gaura Bihita Kirtana Suni. Bihita word is
Bhita means devoid of. Sorry, Bhita means related with. Gaura Bhita.
Kirtana Suni. Anande Hridaya Nache.
Any song related with Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Bhita means related. Gauru Bhita Kirtan Shuni. The song related with Gauranga Mahaprabhu. In connection with Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Bhita.
Bihita,
Okay.
like the negative word, it sounds not it is.
No, Bhita means connected.
Thank you.
Bhita. Everywhere where is B is not negative one. Bhita means connected.
Bihina.
Bihin is negative. Shurab. Bihin is negative. Bihita.
Okay.
Always B is not negative. Gyan, big Gyan. Big Gyan is not a negative of Gyan. Big Gyan. Bihita.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. My question is, we classify some people like these are Bhakt, these are Gyanis, these are Karmis, and these are Yogis. So how should we understand the word Gyani there? Like Bhakta, Gyani, Karmi, and Yogi. So who are they whom we call Gyani?
Gyani means who knows I am not this body, I am soul. They have knowledge about. Karmi has no knowledge about. Karmi has no knowledge about soul. Body is everything. Gyani who knows soul. Yogi who knows Parama super soul is soul. And Bhakta means who is starting service. Karmi, Gyani, Yogi, Bhakta. 4 stages. Clear? Okay, thank you. Bhagavad Gita ji is key. Chalo, push lo. Gautam.